Gentlemen, and welcome back to the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 9. I'm ODPixel, I'm here with Fogged, and we are covering the CIS Regional Qualifiers for the DreamHack DreamLeague minor. Actually, no, it's not technically DreamHack, because we're doing it in studio. It's going to be nice. You're going to love it. It's going to be the CORSAIR DreamLeague minor LAN finals, which are going to be in about a month's time. We have Game 2 coming up pretty soon. Game 1, though.
We both got it right.
We did. Let me put that on the board. As if you guys haven't seen this, this is our record of how many correct games we have been predicting correctly. And indeed, we both called for Team Spirit to take that one after draft.
I almost switched at the end.
For you.
I almost switched last minute, too.
Point for me.
And I'm glad I did not.
There we have it.
Spirit looks on fire today, though. Gambit, I don't know. I didn't even feel like...
they were all over the place.
I think the supports, I think the movements by them, they could have done a lot more in the early game to at least counteract. I feel like they weren't moving together. They just kind of like... In the first move they did, you know, the Tusk Rubik made that move. They died, and I felt like that was their only move together that they made. So I think for them, for Gambit, I think better early rotations from the supports were helped. But other than that, I think Spirit just dismantled them with the map reads.
It did seem a bit of an outclass, to be fair. I think this is one of the examples where just one of the teams comes in and they're just playing at a bit of a different level. Which we saw Gambit, you know, yesterday, what was their series like? I mean, it was against Empire, right?
Yes.
So it was always going to be tough. I don't think their games didn't look this rough, though. Yesterday, or did they? They
still looked kind of lost.
They did look a bit all over.
Their mid game and stuff, they don't seem like they had direction.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing when you can just see the difference between like teams when they have a real a captain who's played on the big thing, like with FNG. He was making shots. He was calling. I can guarantee you, he was calling so many calls that game. While on the other side, I think they probably got pretty quiet early on because they probably just had no idea how to come back in it. Because even as an observer, we're watching, we're like, this is what they want to do. They want to smoke, follow the DK. Oh. Spirit's all 5 waiting there. Oh, Spirit's all 5 waiting again. Just Spirit read them like a book. So yeah, I think, but early game could have definitely fixed a little bit. The Tusk Rubik rotations could have been a little bit nicer.
And I think as well, it's interesting to see what you do about this ILTW player. He seems
really good.
He's playing really good recently, and he has got those sort of core hero picks that he loves. The Storm, the what else we've seen? The Queen of Pain. He's looked very nice on. He had a good game on Invoker. They did lose it, but he looked strong on it. I think you definitely, if you're playing against these lads, you've got to prioritize that mid lane. You've got to make sure you either ban out those heroes or get some sort of matchup. Make sure you've got the supports that are going to be able to make those rotations. Because they tried that this game, but it just didn't happen.
They only made the one rotation, and Chen and Witch Doctor killed them, got both of them, and then from there, yeah, it just. I think picking a self-sufficient mid laner or just do the dual lanes like we used to see. Put 2 heroes in the mid lane if you don't have a favorable matchup.
Yeah, keep that
do better. Because what it seems like you're saying, ILTW does seem like he is playing just more mechanically skilled in the laning phase, especially. Sure, later on he's also playing very aggressive, which I'm a big fan of. But yeah, they have to find a way to deal with this kind of lane phase.
Oh, well, we should be able to get ourselves into game 2 very shortly. Just waiting for one more player in the lobby.
Same side,
quickly.
Looks like.
Yeah, they ended up top for the same 2. Well, yeah, Gambit wanted the pick. And
Gambit's got first.
Spirit wanting to play on Radiant side. So yeah, as you say, the same thing that we saw last game. Spirit had very good control of that half of the map. Illidan got a lot of space. I think it's hard, yeah, if you're Gambit. I think if you're any sort of these CIS sides playing against Spirit, because they are very good at making sure that both of their cores have a really good start to the game.
And other thing we didn't get to talk about is, yeah, the movements and stuff were really neat. Like, yeah, their mid laners spectacular, but I think the ward game too. FNG was on top of every single spot. He always had wards down. He had tons of sentries in all the situations too to get the D wards off.
It's true.
But they did read the map a lot without the wards. That's why I was most impressed, at least on those bottom rotations and stuff. But other than that, yeah, they had wards all over the place. So adjustments.
I think the real question is FNG going to get his Witch Doctor again? You know, that's. I mean, it's one of those heroes that you just don't ban, really, is it? You don't really want to ban.
If you're going to be banning a Witch Doctor, like that's.
Yeah, so you just let him have it. If he wants to pick it first, you let him pick it first each and every time. We have got game 2 beginning. We should be able to get the drafts on your screen very shortly, ladies and gentlemen, as we get stuck into Team Spirit versus Gambit for the second game of the day.
I feel like Razor's not been having so much success, actually. I feel like people are picking it just because people rate it really high and it's really good versus Omni and versus like a lot of these heroes and a lot of these combos. But some of these other teams, some of these like I guess we'll say not tier 1 teams, or even like tier 1, tier and a half. The other teams just seem to lose direction with the hero. They just end up farming, and they're never able to actually be that frontline Razor that we do see other teams really dominate.
Look at these bans. Gambit this time actually banning out the Razor first themselves.
Because they had it.
Yeah, they picked it themselves.
I think that might be why. I think they're
but
just
they don't want to play it.
We don't want to play it. We don't want to play against it. Something we don't feel right about this hero.
Because they did, but they picked it first.
Yeah.
Picked last game. So yeah, just instant adaptation from Gambit, saying this did not work. We got to just try something different. Chen also banned out, so a bit of respect there for Biver's play on the Chen. We saw in game 1.
I think that's good. I think they struggled the most in the laning phase. Chen is the one that really screwed them up the most because their whole idea got changed and kind of ruined. So it makes sense to ban that one.
And there we go. Wasn't banned. Tiny, so will of course be picked first. Disruptor taken as the early pick. Lifestealer actually
in the first two.
Picked very early on. It is in the first 2, but it's good here.
It's good for Tiny.
Exactly. It's a hero that's good against Tiny. It's also a hero that's good against Disruptor. So Gambit may have wanted to take it themselves. So Spirit, with that opening, not always, I'll be honest, I'm not always a fan of seeing sort of like a core like Lifestealer being picked up second, but into these other 2 heroes in the pick, it makes sense from Spirit. Yeah,
I was actually, this is like super throwback, but I was watching some like random replays last night of old school games from 2 years ago or so, or even more. I don't know. I'm just a Dota fiend. And
yeah, well, what use is 2-year-old?
Or even maybe even after that, like a year and a half ago, and I was watching the Lifestealer first 2, and people actually didn't know how to deal with the hero at that time. Because they would pick Lifestealer first 2, then ban Razor and Terrorblade, and people were like, we don't know what to do anymore. Because PL was bad at the time. But I think that's going to be similar to what they might do here. But now, okay, they picked Tiny Lycan in the first 2.
Tiny Lycan?
Tiny Lycan? Like a tiny Lycan.
I mean, they're
the little one. It's the little Lycan.
They're both good heroes, but whether you want to just be picking them as your first 2, that is quite something. Of course, we don't know necessarily where the Tiny's going to go.
I put him off lane. Yeah.
I think if you're picking it like that, surely that is not your mid and your safe lane as your first 2. It just can't be, right? That seems a very strange thing to do. So yeah, it has to be the off-lane Tiny and the safe lane. Like again, this 3rd pick Legion, what we saw.
Moon.
Gambit did it last time. They were doing what Spirit had done yesterday. Spirit were the ones that 3rd pick Legion, and then Spirit go back and do it again. They picked that 3rd pick Legion. Good against those 2. Dazzle actually going to be picked up for Gambit. So Gambit very much trying something
push
a little bit different. Yeah, you've got that sustain. You've got the nice burst damage from the heal bomb with the walls if you've got the micro going.
It's great versus Lifestealer. That's the one thing that Dazzle's good. Versus that heavy physical, he can be quite useful. But at the same time, I'm not crazy about Dazzle because he's a very passive hero.
I mean, to be fair, I think if you're Spirit, you just pick Ancient Apparition. Why not? Why would you not play AA here? Oh, okay, if you want to play Colt. But AA could have been really nice. He had Legion to set up the global ult.
This is
the counter to the Dazzle heal, but...
Have fun playing Lycan versus this in the laning phase.
Sure, okay.
Lycan, or Coddle plus Legion Commander, they're just going to keep spamming in the lane over and over, and the HP per second on Lycan actually does not sustain versus these 2. Which makes sense.
A Night Stalker is the pick for Gambit. So
ooh, that's a great pick actually. I'd like the Night Stalker is gonna fit really well because they're versus Coddle.
And you got Lycan.
They've got Lycan.
Yeah. So I like that, but good control of sort of the daytime, nighttime situation. Where is he? There he is. So the final ban from Spirit will be the Puck. Okay, I mean
Spirit's Puck.
Yeah, I guess they don't really have any sort of stun instant over the jewels, so a Puck could have a relatively free game. That's sort of the static, so I guess you can phase shift, blink out of that if you're quick and prepared. So, yeah, they just felt they can't handle the Puck this game.
Yeah, I mean, they have no stun. They only have Disrupt Royalty. Legion Commander duels, pretty hard to catch.
Yeah, not great for a Puck, So the final ban from Gambit, looking towards what Spirit want to take to the mid lane for ILTW. We talked about it, to be fair, this game, there's a lot. He could pretty much play what he wants. It's all there.
He can pretty much play anything here. I think...
I mean, I think you just go for the Storm again. You've got a way to get to the back line on Dazzle. You have that Vessel for the Lifestealer.
I think they're going to ban it, though. I'd be pretty surprised.
The Night Stalker's going to be kind of annoying with the rotations. This silence is always not fun to play against if you're a Storm, but ILTW is very smart hero. As you say, yeah, could be the hero that Gambit just banned.
I think Storm or Queen of Pain. I think
you've got to ban one of those.
I think he can fit.
One of those heroes with the mobility, one of those heroes that are ILTW's core picks.
Yeah, I think either one is pretty nice here.
They made
sure, there's the silence can be obnoxious, but that's not going to last forever. And they have Legion Commander, so he gets silenced. They can purge it off with the Legion Commander, press the attack. I also like that they have this Legion and Coddle versus Lycan. So if he goes the summons, Legion does more damage, and Coddle not only does the nuke kill the summons pretty nice, but Blinding Light. Blinding Light is very damn good versus Lycan.
Stopping the push.
Because it's going to stop the push, it's going to stop all of his ability, all of him. Him, the Wolves, the Necrobook.
And then they banned the Quap. They said they were going to ban one of those two. They take Death Prophet, and actually instant response from Spirit. They picked the OD.
Okay.
Immediately. So they were picking that.
They were picking that regardless, yeah. I'm just going to DP, and where's OD?
And of course, OD, one of those core heroes that works quite nicely against the Dazzle. You know, someone gets Graved, popping them in the Astral. Grave's going to wear out. The Astral's going to do the finishing blow. So,
yeah, they don't have anything that they can throw exactly on top of the Astral either. They have like Tiny Stun and Death Prophet's thing, so OD can get Blink Dagger pretty early with Hurricane Pike.
He can blink out
and blink out very easy. There's no like Sand King Stun or something like that to lock him down.
Yeah, he can blink out every time this game, OD, once he gets the blink.
Ooh, and Dazzle. I have not really been too crazy about Dazzles, but there is a save now, and they have Death Prophet. They have a heavy pushing lineup, so. Ooh, which one do I go for?
But I mean, OD as well. Like, OD doesn't care if you grave someone, not only because you can kill him, but because it's more of a chance to keep stealing in before you get the inevitable kill. So that grave can sort of work both ways. But here are the drafts for game 2. We're going to get the predictions down. Spirit versus Gambit. I got to call it straight away. I just got to go with Spirit again. I think they are the better team here. And today, I like the draft anyway. I like what they do. I'm not a fan of sort of this Lycan Tiny open. I think it's a bit too greedy from Gambit.
I'm also going to go for Spirit.
Yeah.
I actually think Gambit may have won the draft a little bit, but I feel like they're going to hit a brick wall of this Coddle Legion, and then that's when OD is going to win the game by himself, just killing everybody. So I'm going to stick with Spirit here.
Let's find out as we get into the action. Game 2 here at the CORSAIR DreamLeague CIS region qualifiers. Team Spirit leading at the moment with 1 victory against Gambit. Let's see who can come out on top of this and move forward to meet up against Suicide Team in the next round, the lower bracket. So lanes, not too surprising. I think one thing to look at as well, yeah, the S-Moon Legion, as you said, he had a really good Legion game yesterday, didn't he?
He's an interesting player. I'm going to keep my eyes on him for a while,
Keep an eye on what he does in the lane.
This time he switched it. So the last game that he played Legion off lane, he had 3 clarities. Now this time he actually goes 2 salves and the extra region. So he has 3 sets of region up here.
So does he just feel he's going to get bullied a little heavier this game?
Yeah, I think he's going to. I think he just wants to keep them up top. If you're playing versus Night Stalker, one of the best things you can actually do is make sure he can't leave the lane. You keep him top till like the 4 or 5 minute mark, keep pressuring their carry. He has to stay up there, and then that makes all the other lanes weaker. So it looks like we've got trade runes, 2 for 2. Bignum starting to block mid for the DP, while Coddle blocks the opposing mid. Viver even backpacks his Windlay so that he can block the Radiant mid even better.
Awesome, next level play.
Look at this. This 335 movement between Coddle. He now moves the Windlays back in.
Oh, he's getting the timing right.
But look at that, the blocks. It's going to be fairly even.
Looks
like Radiant's got it beat. Radiant's got the win here by a tiny little margin.
Yeah, he's got...
Oh,
yeah, he can see. Yeah, it's good.
It's Radiant.
He can see us from the high ground. He's good. They're going to try and pull it around, but we'll see how it goes. Bignum does, you know, want to focus on having the support here for G in the mid lane to start with. Try and keep RTW on his toes.
So they did do the one thing that we were talking about is the adjustment, right? Put that dual lane mid so that they can deal with this OD player.
Yeah, rather than relying on some of these support standing in the side lane, and you know, you sort of hope that they do get a successful movement with that first rotation, because if they don't, the momentum falls apart so massively. So this is absolutely the safer way to play it, especially against a team where you know that there's the chance they are going to be pretty smart about what you're doing and are going to be able to read your moves.
Yeah, and they already know what can Night Stalker really do top, to be honest, versus Coddle Legion. He's not going to help the Lycan by any means. So they're just going to do dual lanes. Tiny should be able to get a decent amount bottom because he's tiny. Once they start getting some levels up on the lifestealer, that's when Tiny's life becomes a lot harder. But first few, he should be okay. Like level 2 and 3 is when lifestealer actually has kill windows if the Tiny's not healthy.
Yeah, Cheshire Cat has to be careful. Had a bit of a tough time last game having an impact on his Legion. We'll see what he can get done this time round on the Tiny, and it doesn't feel like an easy game for a Tiny.
No, it does not.
A lot of things that you have to be very worried about going in, and not really you know, not really the cores that you're going to be able to burst down with the combo either. Both the Lifestealer and the Legion at least will be relatively tanky, having that high strength and also having the heal and save from the Legion for one another, as well as the rage for Illidan.
Oh, FNG with the kinetic field, blocking Bignum, claiming both bounties.
He's very good at prioritizing this FNG. I feel like we've seen him do this in numerous games, just always get those bounties.
All of Spirit. Look at this. They're actually going to get all 4 bounties. And we saw this yesterday too, right? They were just bounty hunters.
I mean, it's even better now as it scales up, you know, towards the later portions of the game, and they do it at all stages. They're always making sure that they get those bounties. It's a great way to start building that goal difference.
Yep. Bignum actually gets the side pull off on bottom, so he will deny a bit of farm from the Lifestealer. But Illidan, as well as FNG, will walk in and claim himself a couple of those last hits. So they missed 2 already. So that's a very good move by Bignum going bottom with his Tiny to pull the wave back a bit. So all 3 lanes looking pretty solid for Gambit though. They definitely got what they wanted.
Now the mid lane, having that slightly G, as you say, because of the backup of the Night Stalker, but still yet to see any blood spit.
Viver actually was, with this top Coddle Legion Commander, you actually, at one point, you don't want to just keep spamming the lane. You want to be able to pull the side so you can, you know, double up on farm. But what ended up actually happening was the Gambit blocked the hard camp, and the first D ward didn't catch it. So the second D ward by Spirit caught the hard camp.
Down bottom, that's going to be where your first blood is there, as they catch out FNG. Night Stalker comes down towards the lane, and with the help of Cheshire Cat's combo, they're able to actually claim themselves first blood right underneath the noses of Illidan.
Really got to watch your positioning when you're playing versus Tiny as a support. It can happen. FNG might actually be able to get Bignum here. The neutral creeps help him. Oh. Okay.
Okay, yeah. FNG coming straight back into the lane and getting revenge. And certainly a more painful revenge as well, because that's his TP on cooldown. Night Stalker's going to have to make the slow movement out of the base to wherever he wishes to go to next. A bit of a mess. He has at least got the nighttime, but
he just got handled by FNG. The neutral creep's just ganging up on him.
That just shouldn't happen. Again, up top, the blast continuing to DreamHack, but as you say, not really falling that behind on CS. Still doing okay. The big thing being, of course, Moon is getting very good farm on this offlane Legion.
Yeah, they're actually able to sustain okay versus this just because of the Dazzle sitting there spamming Clarity, spamming the heals on the Lycan. Plus the passive and Ring of Health, 20 HP per second. Balance.
And Bignum's coming, okay. He has got
with the DD.
The DD ready to pounce.
Goodbye, Viver.
Immediately going straight for the easy kill of the Keeper of the Light, and Viver will go down. No sort of heal TP is going to get him out of that one. With the DD Night Stalker closing in on the old man.
Nice movement by Bignum. So even though his TP was cooldown, he does find a good rotation.
Viver will pick up a smoke. We'll see if they can do any sort of movement between him and FNG.
They don't really have like that dual.
No, it's hard. I mean, maybe if they can sort of set up with the control for like Illidan to punch into the offlane and they can get something done, but it's hard. And Bignum, he's actually running down more here. He's looking towards FNG, just keeping eyes on the movement of Disruptor, making it so Team Spirit can't really get anything done at all during this night time.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is time. His time to shine. It is night. He is Night Stalker. Viver just has to be very careful. Should be in an okay position here. He's pretty far back.
Look towards Moon instead, but still not really a kill that they can quite go for. Especially with backup of both FNG and Viver actually heading up here as the two supports.
It's bounty rune time. They gotta go claim those bounties. Everyone just runs to the bounty rune. I love watching this on the mini-map. Even the carries, everyone just starts migrating torn bounties.
Yeah, Illidan able to grab both of the ones down here at the bottom half. 2 quick bounty runes for Illidan. ILTW in this mid lane. How's the CS looking between him and the Death Prophet? Still the lead here for G.
Yep.
On his DP.
He's had to go some very different build too. G is almost level 7 already on DP, and this was a kind of a dual lane, while ILTW is only level 5, and he's gone 3 Astral build. So a bit different than having like the actual Arcane Orb for damage. They only really have like Astral to push the wave out.
ILTW Goes for the Astral here. Bignum is watching from the side. Looks like he won't quite be able to find an angle to get in. Up top, Vanscore still trying to do his best to keep DreamHack strong, and it is working. DreamHack salves up. Heads over to the side. Nothing they can do in terms of lockdown, of course, yet. Still just level 5 on the Legion, not quite the 6 here for Moon.
As soon as Lycan hits 6, he's going to be able to pick up his Dominator, and that's where they actually might be in some trouble. They've actually continued to block that hard camp, so they're denying a lot of farm from the Coddle Legion up top. They blocked it again and again and again for the last 7 minutes, so that the Legion Coddle can't do the side pulls.
And look at this mid, straight in with the Exorcism. G starting to get the push going. Bignum's there to back him up as they've got a little bit of time left under this first night time. See how much they can get done to this tower. Bignum is tanking it, making sure the G can still continue to push. And they are getting very close to taking it. Up top, Moon, 1 or 2 more creeps and he will have that duel. Still half of those to really make a move onto DreamHack. They would need a rotation from the OD as such, and mid lane.
It's pretty crazy how he can actually just sustain versus Coddle and Legion Commander. I really didn't think he'd be able to, even with Dazzle behind him, but yeah, he's just been tanking the blast and not caring. Good old 20 HP per second. Top.
Moon. Just get the heal and the movement speed and then press the attack and overwhelming odds. We'll be fine.
Illidan's going to be the big playmaker for his team this game as the lifestealer. More than likely going to get the usual armlet. He does have a Blightstone though. That's probably just for laning phase versus Tiny though.
Yeah, and he has had a very strong laning stage. As again, Illidan, another one of those games where he is getting free farm at the start. No real sort of pressure being put on him. Can be left, as you say, in the 1v1, and absolutely nothing to fear from this solo lane Tiny as a lifestealer.
Yeah.
And if anything, Cheshire Cat has to be the one to fear Illidan.
Slow game though. 9 minutes, only 2-1. We've been seeing a lot faster pace, but now, like in his 6, he's got a Centaur creep. He can make the moves.
And he wants to make the move down to even the bottom on the mid.
I would assume mid.
Mid.
Yeah, it's a much easier one. Lifestealer with Rage and in Fast is just really hard to bring down. Wait for the Astral in mid. They can look to make the move and then take the tower afterwards. They might just even just go.
Yeah, straight in. They charge. There's the Centaur stun to lead in. They surround him with the walls and the heal bomb. We'll have the defensive Astral. TP's coming through for the Legion. It's going to be cancelled. They realize there's nothing that can be done there to save ILTW. It's Gambit making the moves with that DreamHack Lycan early on and getting the job done.
They should be able to claim themselves that tower quite easily too. It was already low. Lycan makes it so easy to make those kind of rotations. It's just like, okay, I'm 6, I have Dominator. It moves very fast, I think.
So down bottom, FNG has the control on Vanscore. Vanscore does have G coming over to help him. ILTW is there for FNG. TP out to be tempted by Vanscore, and he makes it. He's got the distance. There'll be even the Centaur stun as well, making sure he can't get in. Down bottom, Illidan.
He's pretty deep. He's got Rage
deep. And he'll go for it. And of course, nothing that they can do to put a stop to the Rage TP. No way of cancelling that at all with their lineup.
So they need their level 6 on Disruptor, and they need Lifestealer to get involved for Team Spirit, because ILTW doesn't really have a killing build, as we were mentioning. He's got the 1-4-2 or 1-4-3 on the OD, so he is quite weak for the next couple moments till he has more levels. So they're going to really need the Lifestealer and the supports to step up and make the moves. Legion should have a decent timing lane, but Fiverr going to try to stall the push on bottom. Should be able to reasonably well.
I mean, G's doing a good job this game with the Death Prophet, making the exact movements that he needs to, taking that and putting the mid pressure on, instantly coming down to bottom as soon as the Exorcism's back online again, and getting a decent amount of damage done to that tier 1 tower there as well.
This Lifestealer is saving a lot of gold. I am wondering if he may actually go for this Radiant.
He is not doing the Radiant.
He has 2,700 banked up. He could buy the Armlet right now.
Oh, glimpse onto the Lycan. The catch isn't there with the kinetic field, but they do have the catch with the duel. They won't kill him in time. Grave is out as well for DreamHack. He surely will still fall. Oh, is he actually going to survive? There's nothing ticking him down, is it? He's out.
They've only got...
He just TP's out of there.
They only have Glimpse, Duel, and Astral Imprisonment for the actual stuns.
What a play that, you know, DreamHack and having the save from Dazzle. They play it cool, they play it safe, and they walk out.
I'm gonna keep clicked on Lifestealer so I can see if he does actually do this, because I mean he has the gold for the item right now. For it if he wants.
The Radiance?
No, for the armlet.
The armlet too. Yeah, because we have Illidan does seem to like this. He likes to stockpile his gold and then just straight up buy an item. So
yeah.
There is the chance that he does do that. Hey, maybe there's the chance he just straight up buys a Desolator.
Maybe he just buys a Battle Fury.
See what he does.
Battle Fury versus Lycan. Let's see. I mean, 3,200, still banking up.
They're hunting
the rage TP. At least he doesn't TP to base. He TP'd to mid, so.
And actually got a bit of damage onto the Cheshire Cat Tiny that was hanging around mid lane. Bottom, FNG also goes for the TP straight out after Bignum uses the first void.
Yep. Gambit's looking to just keep trying to pressure towers as much as possible, and Biver, every single time he is there. But this time he does have to back away.
I mean, is Radiance that good this game for the Lifesteal? It's like...
I'm just saying, because he's banking gold, man.
You're right, he's sitting on 3,600.
I'm just keeping it clicked on my screen. I'm just clicking on the Lifesteal, and that's it.
And bottom lane, fan score. So it's getting knocked back quite a bit there by Biver. We'll still be able to walk it off and keep it safe. G also TPing back towards the mid lane in a form to defend against Illidan's Lifestealer. He's nearly got that relic money.
He's got relic money.
I'm sure
he's running to the shop.
He's doing it, isn't he?
He's buying Radiance.
He's going for this phase Radiance and probably Solar Crest, which seems to be the build.
I think it's because it's versus Lycan. It's going to be good versus the summons.
Okay.
And then he just needs armor to really stand up toe-to-toe.
There's no reason for him to rush Nullifier, is there?
No, please God, no. That is not a value item.
It's the Son of Doom build.
No, it doesn't have a work in it. What do you mean it's the Son of Doom build?
Okay, it's the Son of Doom that
only
was rejected and, yeah, not quite properly built.
I guess he just wants the evasion versus the book. That's the only thing that I could really think of it being incredibly good versus. Just so he can actually fight the Lycan. Because Lycan does eat Lifestealer in those 1v1s if the Lifestealer is at a tied net worth, which in theory he will be in all this game.
And he's going to have a decent timing on the Radiance.
He will.
He's farming very well, Illidan, so it's going to be there at a good time. That's for sure. Just it's about 800 or so, and he'll have that recipe done.
Yeah, they're pretty poor though with this Coddle Legion Commander. I don't think they accomplished what they wanted to. I actually think, I did say it a couple of times, but I actually think them blocking that hard camp really messed up Spirit's game plan. Because Coddle did not get a lot of farm. Legion Commander got less farm because Coddle was taking it. So these little ward plays that happen in these type of games are pretty important.
Here we go, Lycan ready to rock and roll, charging forward, but the Static Storm and Kinetic Field are there to block off the route of Gambit. So Gambit can't go through immediately. They'll still follow in after the Kinetic Field disappears, and Biver in a lot of trouble. The heal from Legion, not enough to save him. They do have a defensive Astral, and that will keep him safe. That is going to allow Biver to get out of there. Goes to pop by G as he moves in onto the tier 2 tower, so Gambit pull themselves away from the heroes, look towards the objectives instead. See what they can do to put a stop to this Spirit, trying their best, popping out the blinding light and such to try and force Gambit back. Try and make sure that G's usage of the exorcism this time around doesn't get that much done.
They just got to buy time. They can't lose all their buildings. They can't let Gambit get this and then get like a Roshan. They need to have some more levels on their OD as well as the Legion Commander for them to actually take fights. But Gambit making all the right moves this time around, abusing their push lineup. Still only a 3-to-1 kill score at the 1530 mark.
But a lot of towers going.
Yep.
Going down as the creeps moving in. The back door is gone. A tier 2 tower taken in this bottom lane. Biver. Just be careful. Bignum coming in with the void. Isn't going to dive in. Does have Medallion finished on Nightstalk at the same time, though at top, Illidan does find the space to take a tier 1 tower himself.
He's got the Radiance coming out.
Yeah. So it's a good timing for it. Let's see how effective it is. We did see a Radiance Lifestealer yesterday. To be fair, that was in a game where I believe the team as a whole was much further behind.
And he was versus Razor, which is literally the hardest counter, like the hardest counter for the Lifestealer. Lycan is still tough, but different. Yeah, the Radiant Solar Crest build, the BSJ / whoever else you want to call it. Me.
I mean, who started this?
Who started I got angry. I got angry tweets yesterday when we said that it was
Oliver.
Well, we were saying that Oliver does it. We didn't say Oliver invented it, but BSJ. That's the BSJ build apparently.
Did BSJ really invent it? I mean,
he probably took it from some pub player. No offense, Brian, but
I'll believe him. I believe in BSJ. BSJ did it. He did it first. He did it best. No, I'd say the BSJ build is where you build Radiant's Manta, isn't it?
Uh-oh, mid.
Oh, he's gone.
Kaboomed. The DD Tiny finds the catch.
Yeah, the BSJ build is Radiant's Manta Octarine. That's
on Lifestealer?
Yeah, that's what the BSJ build was.
I mean, I don't know, dude.
But I don't see anyone else ever go full BSJ. That's that's a BSJ only thing.
You never go full BSJ. Only BSJ.
Only BSJ can go full BSJ. I want to see Radiant's Manta Octarine Lifestealer because it's hilarious.
Oh, I don't.
I think he won some games with it, BSJ. It was quite impressive.
Lifestealer versus Vanscore.
That's the problem.
Uh-oh.
It's going to do the grave.
They get the duel. The shortest duel in the world.
It is indeed, but it sets up for the Static Storm. They are managing to lock down the Tiny Grave's already been used, so they will get the kill. Can they get more? DreamHack's coming in with the ult. They're looking for the turnaround Gambit. They'll be able to slam down one Team Spirit. Illidan picks up the Night Stalker. They are forcing him back to safety as well. He'll actually get out of there. So despite DreamHack using the shapeshift, unable to really get any sort of lockdown onto any of the members of Spirit. And this time Spirit do come out on top. Exorcism was also popped for that fight.
I got scared for a second too because it was a four-man weave on top of the Exorcism, so I felt Gambit had a chance to take the fight, but
like
now
they were going to be able to.
They're getting re-engaged on G.
G, he's in trouble.
He's very alone.
They've got the Astral to set up into the blast. Illidan is going to close in with the open ruins of the Rage. He does have the heal from the Exorcism. Is it enough time to keep him alive? Sanities comes in. Oh, Vanscore couldn't quite get the heal off in time as they'll lose the DP. Jump in, Jules back online.
And the glimpse.
And they are just falling apart here suddenly. Spirit. They look to be in a good place this game, but that last minute or so was just complete and utter disaster.
Cheshire Cat goes for ILTW. Oh, he lives at 50 HP.
Oh, the
the tree throw.
It doesn't save him, but again,
they're hemorrhaging every kill. Lycan?
Are they really losing? But they're not losing Lycan as well, are they?
They're losing him as well.
They're losing Lycan as well. So that last minute, I think it's something for Gambit to look back on and say, well, we're done goofed.
The Radiance Lifestealer.
BSJ was right.
BSJ #1.
Justice for BSJ. Where's that Manta Octarine? Don't buy a Solar Crest.
I was like, oh my god, what if this Radiance actually kills the book and ends up killing him? And then they just turn the whole fight around. ILTW dies, what? He did die like back-to-back though, right? OD died mid.
OD did die.
They made the whole play top. He gets recalled back into the fight, dies again. Okay, well, Spirit.
Oh, is he doing it?
No, he's not.
He's got a Blade of Alacrity, man.
Is it his too? Oh, he is going Manta.
He's doing the full BSJ. The Solar Crest, we don't need. I don't think BSJ.
He doesn't do the Solar, does he?
I don't think.
Maybe he does do the Solar Crest.
Maybe he does do the Solar Crest. He definitely does. The Radiance Manta Octarine is. This is Illidan with the Ode to BSJ build. Brian will be proud.
I mean, Yash is great. He needs some more movement speed. He's got the movement speed talent as well.
There's like 2 silences as well.
It's good. I mean, Manta's pretty good. Manta's pretty good here.
And then you got a Manta and a Radiance, as BSJ said quite famously. Fuck it, buy an Octarine.
Is that what he said? I think he did say that.
I mean, he probably did. He's American. He swears all the time, you know. Actually, no, he's a very polite boy, Brian.
He actually is. I really like BSJ.
He's a very polite boy.
Bring BSJ to more events.
Yeah.
He's doing it. Come on, go Defusal. Just ruin Owen's life.
No, he's not going to go.
I know he's not going to do it.
That's not a BSJ.
He's definitely going to go Manta. It's the Miracle build now, people are saying.
The Miracle build?
Not MI, the other Miracle.
Oh, the Miracle.
He used to go, he used to go Radiance on every hero as well.
I can believe that.
I can believe that too.
Okay, I can see
reasonable.
Miracle doing it. Yeah, the original Miracle. But, I don't know. BSJ he's branded the build with his own name. Sorry, Miracle. BSJ has taken it and he's cultivated it and grown it to something that's become acceptable.
Big fight coming out.
Get the Static Storm down, but FNG, of course, will fall as he gets splatted by the heal bomb.
I think he just ran into them. He just ran into 5 heroes.
Well, let's see if they can get the rest out of it. They have got the Purge on Moon, slowing him down. From the Necro books, they have found themselves 2 kills, Gambit. Can they get more? Got their eyes towards Illidan. Illidan does have the Rage.
He's looking for an Ancient creep.
Oh, no.
Nope.
He's just rage and running.
He's looking for any type of creep. He's still got him fast. He's speedy.
Pretty speedy indeed with the phase and the Yasha. In fact, toss comes in. Bignum closes the gap. He has the silence. The evasion, though, is going to buy time. Or second silence. Is he going to be able to get off this rage? They're running.
Are you kidding me?
They're chasing.
He's going to rage TP.
BSJ was right. Look at this evasion.
Oh.
And he's out.
Okay.
And he's fine.
Space.
They're going
to deny. They're going to deny to pull it back. Look at this. They're denying. They know it's here.
This is when
the team's coming, though.
This is when you type Monkeres. He's out.
No, he's back in.
He's going to kill Bignum. Oh, he's done it. Bye. Goodbye.
And here comes the rest of the team.
Try and gank me again, fools. Illidan, he's out.
There's a DP ulti now.
Like, there's no way Illidan dies. He's actually invincible.
And he's actually so fast. Yeah. And now he's fine. And they just used the DP exorcism.
And now they're going to get more kills, as we are going to see the hunt for the tiny begins. They close the gap, find the duel. Illidan's there with the wraparound. Here he comes for the glory. Takes the kill. Illidan.
I think he actually could have just walked into the Ancient and just ran away, but no. He makes the big play and just takes him for a walk.
This is incredible. I think we're going to have to check. I mean, Illidan, and I know he's a good player, but playing this well and with this build, I think we're going to have to make sure that BSJ hasn't, you know, done some account buying here.
This is spectacular. I love this. These are just, man, this is great.
Illidan's having an absolute whale of a time. He's not died at all this game.
No.
He's what? Is that 8-0?
He's 8-0-2.
Free farm, lifestealer.
If they get this Rosh, it's massive. Anytime that you can deny Rosh from the enemy team that has a Lycan, it is pretty big for you. And Gambit, they're not ready really to fight. They don't have Exorcism, but Team Spirit's still respecting at least the Rosh pit area. But they're going for a fight here.
And they've got to catch. The duel's out. Team Spirit turning things up to 11. As it looked like Gambit were having an alright start to this game, but suddenly Radiant's Lifestealer came to put a big fat stop to it all. As Vanscore.
They've got Glimpse.
Yeah. And this is the problem. You see, that's a free extra couple of punches that ILTW gets out and steals more in. Because of the Grave. You know, he's up to a nice juicer with 28. At this stage, that's nice. He's still got the Sanity's Eclipse ready to drop. And I don't know if you do know if you Gambit, because things are falling apart massively. This Lifestealer is, they literally can't kill him. They had the perfect sort of follow up a silence onto silence. It doesn't matter. They just don't have the damage to bring him down.
It's SNY. He didn't go Manta. He just went the movement.
You know what? I hope he loses the game now. I hope they just absolutely just lose the game, because that is blasphemous.
I like
BSJ.
It. Thank you, Illidan. You're a boss.
SNY.
Oh, Bignum. FNG spots him, glimpses him. Bignum.
He's just sort of being watched it.
Goodbye.
There we go.
Goodbye, Bignum.
There we go. Silence out. He's just standing still. Actually, just standing.
Oh no, the duel.
What?
What? Game is hard. FNG.
A free duel with.
This is great.
Okay, I think this game, when that's starting to happen.
I mean, when they just chased him for 50 seconds, they used Exorcism. He survived. All right, well.
Yeah. Oh man.
Illidan.
What a game.
God.
Yeah, but he did build an SNY, so we won't talk about it.
No, it was good.
It's not good.
It was good. Look at him. What do you mean it's not good? He's just right in their base. He's diving Vanscore.
Yeah, but look at that.
Look at the SNY procs.
If he had Manta style, he could have countered that Grave TP.
Could he though?
No.
Cheshire?
He's just standing still.
He just can't do anything.
Standing still.
He's dead.
He's just... All right.
The books are coming in.
Biver actually survives somehow.
It's getting earned up. They do lose S-Moon though. But look at Illidan.
Illidan's back in. There's going to be the buyback coming through from S-Moon. He wants to get in and join in with the action. Grave comes through just in time. Static Storm's there. The duel coming in immediately.
My God.
On to G, and with 3 down and the mid lane exposed, they'll be able to push in Spirit, claim the tier 3 tower, get the mid barracks as well.
I mean, what can you say? Illidan.
As I said, this game, there was
the
early period of the game looked all right for Gambit. They were making much better movements.
They had the push lineup. It was looking good. They kind of got stopped by Caudal Legion, but I mean, Illidan he got the Radiance and the game just exploded.
Yeah, I mean, he did get free farm in both
He did.
games. Like, this was sort of the problem as well. Illidan was given space, and if you give Illidan space, he is, you know, he is going to farm. He's a very strong carry player. So, off the back of that, 2 sets of racks.
And he's not dying, dude. He's not dying in these games.
I don't think he's going to die at all.
He didn't die.
Did he die in game 1?
Did he die as the PL? I don't think he did, right?
I think you might be right.
And I don't think he died when he was playing PL yesterday either. He did die one of the 2 other games, though.
Oh, Piver will go down. They've got the duel.
2-second duel. They can't burst him in time.
And he's able to slide himself up to the high ground. Yeah, he's going to... Is he going to survive here? Yeah, it looks like it. He might be able to turn and bring down the Legion. They've got the task, they've got the silence. They will take the Legion kill.
Oh, Illidan's alone now.
Now, let's see. How can he live this time? Can he live? Let's see how strong the build is. Oh.
Oh, no, he jumped out.
He wanted to, didn't he?
Oh, the Rage TP is enough? Nope.
Oh.
All right. He's got second life. He's very speedy. He's going to run away very fast.
He's got FNG as well.
Running away very fast.
Oh, that's silence though onto FNG. That was beautifully done, but it might not be enough as in comes RTW. Illidan ready to turn. Static Storm's down, controlling up this Lycan, who is great just in time. DreamHack will not survive though. The final Thunder Strike proc from FNG finishes off the big bad wolf as the rest of Gambit are forced back. And again, I mean, they managed to kill him once technically. They popped the Aegis, but still, he didn't die at the end of the day. Oh, who's this here? Do it.
Oh, gesture? Oh, the rage. Oh, bye-bye.
Not gonna work.
Okay. Well, he had an Aegis. ILTW like, can I have a kill, please? I'm 0-3 on OD.
Is he actually 0-3?
He's 0-3 on OD.
Well, that's a 6-month ban. 0 kill OD.
Zero
Come on,
kills.
Step it up, ILTW.
I feel like I haven't even seen him get the chance to use Sanity's Eclipse, really. He hasn't needed to.
He used it once, I think.
Yeah, I think I used it once, but he hasn't really needed to.
Nah, he's chilling.
Gambit just, I mean, they really just fell apart on. What can we say?
It was such sort of a, just sort of like a light switch on and off.
It really was.
Just that top fight where there was that minute where everything just went to pieces, which I guess is the good thing for Gambit, a team that of course is going to be looking to adapt and improve. They can just look back at that point and just see exactly what went wrong. Since that point, they just were unable to recover. Yeah. And he's gone in for an AC, so as I said, Illidan...
I mean, this game's like impossible now for Gambit to come back, to be honest. They lost all their momentum, completely lost full map control. I'd be... Maybe with like a big dazzle, weave, plus an exorcism, if there's some dives coming out, they could try to take this fight, but I mean, this Lifestealer has proven that he is pretty much unkillable versus them. And now they have Ag's Coddle, so in 2 minutes or so, it will be daytime if they want to even wait for that, but they don't. They know that it's go time for them. Find themselves that ward that's placed there because they have a gem. And this is Gambit's last effort. They're going for the big wraparound. Defensive weave. Oh, but Spirit knows.
They do. They're prepared. Rage has already come out from Illidan straight away. They managed to get the duel onto the Tiny. They're moving straight forward, looking to finish off that Tiny. Does slide himself to the side. Illidan's going to continue to chase, though, with the Radiance, burning him down. Finds the kill beyond godlike now, Illidan. They have lost 2 though, but Illidan's still pretty strong. He's trying his best to continue to fight. Looks towards G. Sanity's Eclipse comes down by ILTW. He's stuck in the trees, but he's able to clean out the heroes. 4 dead on Gambit. GG is called. It's too much for Gambit in this series, as Team Spirit will take the victory 2-0 overall in this best of 3.
And ILTW ends 3-3. He gets 3 kills at the end.
He did get 3 kills at the end. There we go.
He's not negative. Remove the reports. No more 6-month ban. He's okay. And Lifestealer, Illidan, 13-0-9. 22 of the 24 kills on his team.
Yeah, I mean, Illidan went absolutely ham that game. The Radiance Lifestealer, as we said, we saw attempted once yesterday, didn't work. It worked this time round. I think there's every reason why we might see more and more Lifestealers, especially that sort of free farm at the start, where he's able to just stockpile the gold and not need to, spend it on anything. There wasn't any sort of pressure, any sort of cause for him to have to fight early on, so he could go for that. But there
it was a different approach too, right? Yeah. I like it. It's like either you can do the armlet and be really, really active, or this one, just get your Radiance and then start being active after that. I mean, it didn't work. Gambit did absolutely crumble, but props to Spirit, taking it 2-0. Hats off.
With that,
and we get 2 points.
We got 2 points. We'll put that on the board. Me and Fog both correct with this prediction. We're doing all right, I think, over this first day. And also, whilst I do this, we are going to be able to bring some brackets up on the screen for you. So you don't want to see me do this at the point. We'll get the brackets up so we can show you exactly what that means for the rest of the games today. With that victory, what do we got going on, Fog? What's going to be the next matchup now?
What do you mean? We know what it is. It's Spirit Suicide, right?
Well, I was going to get you to say, you know.
Oh, it's Spirit Suicide. No, it's with the British accent.
I really don't want to say it. All right.
It sounds so much better when you say
it.
It sounds better when you say it.
Spirit versus Suicide Team. That's what we're going to have next. We should be able to get that on pretty soon. That was quite a quick series, so it does depend if Suicide Team are ready. But I'm sure they're hungry for action. So, yeah. We should be able to move on to that. That is it for end of the road for Gambit.
It is.
Are we correct in saying Vanscore, right, was on Suicide Team?
He was, and then he left.
And then he left Suicide Team
apparently.
to join Gambit.
Yes.
So if Suicide Team end up winning the qualifiers, it's going to be a bit of a feels bad man for them.
And we already saw this matchup yesterday, right? Suicide and Team Spirit, and Suicide won, but Team Spirit, they were doing weird drafts.
They did weird drafts.
And
so
today, I feel like the drafts were much better.
It's going to be close. So you guys
games.
and girls are not going to want to go anywhere. It's going to be a very exciting matchup. And of course, then the winner of that will play Team Empire at the end of the day in the finals. It's going to be some fantastic CIS action coming up here at the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 9. We'll see you very shortly after the break for the second series of the day. Team Spirit versus Suicide Team.